with graphology, one more use what how people actually come up to is understanding the career, that which it comes very easy that also with a module that which career they should go in for, what is their natural trait. Are they a speaker like you or me, or are they a very reserved person, and why are they reserved, and what profession they could choose in that way. So graphology helps you understand that.
Yes, okay. So is that something like where this would really work with a lot of kids, I guess, nowadays, where there's so much to do out there? Like it's no longer like a certain thing, IT karna hai, engineering karna hai, ke doctor banna hai. It's no more. It's so much. It's a vast topic right now. There's आप कुछ भी बन सकते हो आज की तारीख में. You can become a podcaster if you want to. You can
a graphologist.
You can become a graphologist. You can become a social media marketing manager. You can become a WordPress developer. You can become a Laravel developer. You can become so many things. So this helps in this particular matter.
So you know what? See, again, how I told you कि अगर तुम पढ़ाई नहीं करोगे ना तो डॉक्टर नहीं बनोगे. So similar way. Right. Whatever you want to do, the first thing what I do with when I'm doing a session is understanding, is there confidence in the person? How is that going? Okay. For example, if if we take off a very simple example, if Shamak Davar was not accepted by the family to do the dance, what he was doing, but he himself knew that he wants to do it and he was doing it the right way. Right. Today, where he is reached.
Right. Absolutely.
So the basic thing of knowing what you're doing, and again accepting that अगर ये नहीं हुआ तो मैं और क्या कर सकता हूँ. There is always a plan B.
Right.
Keeping that in mind, not keeping कि ये नहीं चला तो life is over. ऐसा तो होता नहीं है.
Right.
Okay, even if we take ourselves, we know कि okay, if suppose some new thing we start and if it is not working, okay, we learned a lot out of it, and it is not a failure. It is just a feedback that we have now.
Right. So it's like when you're saying this, right? So I'm getting a question in my head is, so sometimes let's say if you're checking some kid's handwriting, right? Like what it should be and which direction he should go. What happens here is that uska passion kuch aur ho sakta hai and uski handwriting mein kuch aur dikh raha hoga. So like you just mentioned that if you want to become a dancer and is that your passion, so it's okay for you to go for it.
No. So I think you're mistaken here. जो passion होगा ना अंदर, जो inborn होगा ना, वो signature में दिख रहा है. और जो वो बोल रहा है ना, जो बोल रहा है वो नहीं दिखेगा.
Okay, so ये actually दिख सकता है. ऐसा नहीं होता, ऐसा usually नहीं होता है कि अरे मुझे तो ये करना पसंद है, but दिख तो ये रहा है. ऐसा possible.
So I'll give you an example here. Okay, there was a doctor whom we had met, and that we were just having a session with him, and it went on to a very serious topic, where we asked him that did you want to be a painter or something? So he's like, it's 40 years, I'm a very renowned doctor. तो हमने पर दिख रहा है कि कुछ बहुत creative skills हैं. तो did you want to like go into drawing or something? So he's like, वो दरवाजा बंद करो. And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, I chose science because उसमें diagrams थे. And given my age, back at that time, if I would have told my parents or something, ना बहुत मार पड़ती थी. तो मैंने सोचा ये ले लेते हैं, इसमें बहुत सारी drawing होगी ना, तो let me become a doctor. And then how I did that, and today I'm like good, and now that I've retired, I'm planning to retire and all, I'm thinking of I'll go back to that as a hobby. As a hobby. So things do come up. Okay. The actual passion, desire also comes up. I've also had a toughest of mails, I just probing one question which I can see in that signature, and they having tears. And the spouse thinking possibly कि ये रुला क्यों रही है मेरे
रुला क्यों रही है कि ये रो कैसे रहा है.
Right? Exactly. That is a right way. That ये रोया कैसे, इसलिए इतना weak है. So that comes up at times, that person so they're like जो अंदर था तुम हाथ टच कर गई. Okay, so
you're pushing that one button that nobody knew was there.
Yeah, nobody knew was there. And so that can reaching there. So reaching to that deepest thing. So with my sessions, I also I will say here this that how I say my work is extremely confidential. Extremely, that is my work ethic.
Cool. I understand that you keep everything very private. It has to be because like you had mentioned earlier that you had actually found the person having a extramarital affair, which is like very, very hidden, very dark indeed. And a lot of people don't realize that it is there. But of course, when they come to you and you're figuring it out, helping them out, coming out of the situation, that's very nice. And I'm glad. How do you manage that though? The thing is, see, we are humans at the end of the day. You might have best friends, right?
So, how I say gently, the first thing, my work ethic is, that my things are extremely confidential. Even if, like if I'm visiting my very immediate sister, my mom doesn't know about it, that I'm there for a counseling session. It is so private. Okay. And the most beautiful thing about, when I say NLP comes into the picture, when, I'm doing a graphology session is, it is completely content free. Okay. I am not asking you what happened to you. Okay, I am not interested, rather I would say, or even if you're going on with your story that this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened, I am only reading between the lines. Okay, and I am understanding where that the problem area is and reaching there and curing that. So if I tell you there was a person who came to me who was having a lot of fear of everything. Okay, he was telling me that Nitika, I'm scared of everything. If I'm sitting somewhere, I feel कि अरे shit, यहाँ पे कुछ है, ये गिर गया तो, ये हुआ तो, वो हुआ तो, fan गिर गया तो. Okay,
really?
It was so
that
bad.
Level. Okay.
Yeah, it was so bad. And when I went on to, so when he was telling me all of that, I was not I was not thinking कि he's thinking of fan गिर गया तो या whatever. I was just seeing कि how much is that fear, to which extent he's going. That when he came to me, he had come to a point where I will say it had reached something around 90-95%, where he was eating food and he felt he would choke on it. Okay, so I did not ask him how it started or anything. We rather went on to just correcting that fear and getting him a better way of thinking or something. And then he came to me and said ki, oh, it is 80% I am better. Okay, I can hardly feel it nowadays, and I am good. So I was like, fantastic. He's like, baki ka? तो मतलब बाकी का रहने दे, रोड क्रॉस करते वक्त ऐसे खड़े मत हो जाना. You should have that.
I'm a Superman.
Yeah, so you will be hurt, or you should be careful. You should have that little fear. Be there. So how I said, it is not anything is good bad. It is just has to be very proportionate.
Right.
Okay, that little fear is required.
Right.
So because NLP does not help me let me know a lot of content of a person, it goes a little easy with me. Okay, or there are times when I really meet a very challenging person, like I had a child who was I had met a child who was very young, and she had some certain issues. So I deal with children with special needs.
Okay.
And how those children, actually there have been times when I go out of the house and when I leave that house, and there have been tears in my eyes. And so how I'm just conversing with you in a way of a story. So if there would be really suppose a best friend, she has had a problem, and I would just come and say, Kabir, just I'm just in a mood to vent out. So I would take the permission from you, and then I would just tell you the story that this is what has happened.
Like leaving the names out.
Yeah, not because anyways, even if I say that one Shraddha.
It won't matter because that's not the real name anyway. So.
And that you don't know if it is or if it is not. It is just I am out of it.
I got
so
you.
Yes. So any counselor or anybody, we also have our ways of venting out. In fact, nowadays I also suggested to my clients. So why not for myself also? There are so many other ways of rather not speaking and ways of venting out. There are so many more energies which we work with. That the certain music channels or certain ways of using colors and all, and how it is a very beautiful way of venting out. And I do that for some time by the end of the day, if I've had a very tough day with clients, and then that makes me sleep very well. And
wow, that's a great tip.
Yeah.
I think you guys can use that. You can figure out how to vent out. How you can do it, you can just simply call someone and be like, I want to vent out, so they know that you're just venting it out, right? Is that correct?
So exactly. So when I was learning recently at one of my training programs, I heard what the trainer was telling me, that when you're in such a mood, you can actually tell that person that, listen, I'm only in a mood of venting out, please koi advice mat dena. Okay, just hear me out. So that person in front of you knows. Or rather, now when you are in a position when somebody is telling you something, blah blah blah, this happened, my mother-in-law did this, ask them, do you want a solution, or you want me to only hear it? Are you feeling good now? Do you want a tip? Okay, so that is how your conversation should go, and then how it will help you understand कि अरे भाई उसको कोई free advice नहीं चाहिए, या अगर कुछ चाहिए तो फिर दे दो. Okay, or a person really is, so how we would just vent it out, and then you're good.
That's great.
And then if I'm making an impact on somebody's life, then I'm having a very nice sleep at the end of the day.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's making me feel very confident.
Great. I love that. Yeah, thank you so much. I think I might do that as well. Although my vent out partner is my wife anyways.
Oh, that is called the receiving end.
No, that's no. I'll tell you what, my relationship is such now that, of course, I think we are more friends than we are,
Fantastic.
couple. The reason is like there has been many times that everything is good and all of a sudden I'm like very cranky and I'm starting like yelling and she'll be like, kuch to hua hai. She's just like nodding her head. And I know she's not listening to me, but she's just nodding her head.
Yeah.
So I think that is, and that did not come naturally. I think it took a lot of work.
No. So the way you sing, my daughter would, my 17-year-old would say, "Kuch khaya aapne? Pani lao, mama, pani lao, pani piyoge."
Yeah.
So she knows that she's now on her some level, so where we should be shutting her.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what she does too as well. So if something like that does happen, she's like, "What do you want to eat?"
What do you want to eat?
Okay.
Have you? No, she'll ask me, "Have you eaten something, Mama? What did you eat from morning?"
Okay.
And then I will have a reality check. Ki shit, kuch khaya nahi.
Yeah. So that is what happens. Either that or she'll be like, "You want chai?"
You want chai?
Yeah, I think I want chai. Give me chai. So that is great. It really helps out. I think for her, I think maybe craft and arts is something that she likes. So when she's really frustrated, she'll just start building something. She'll start doing something.
It's just her way of. So everybody would have their own way of venting out also. You would see that there are certain children who would just go in front of the mirror and self-talk. And,
wow, that's another way of doing it.
Yeah, very
wow,
much. Just
okay.
so you don't have somebody, you can talk to yourself.
Right.
Or in NLP we were taught a way or technique, where talk to your cupped hands.
Cupped hand. Okay, so you just do that and just talk to yourself.
Talk to yourself, and then go. And then if you don't want to be there, don't want that talk to be there with you, just stand up and go and wash your hands and come back.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And it's flushed
give me some more. I know you have some more. Give me two more.
The two more. So I will tell you one of them, which is very beautiful. If you have a day of where you want to vent out, what you can do is you can just write it down on a paper as a letter. Just write down everything what you felt about. You can also write abuses there. Whatever, this person is this, and and whatever you can just write out whatever you want to, and then just take that paper, tear it into like zillion pieces and go and flush it. It is like wiped out, and you will see that tomorrow, if you're thinking about that incident also, it is not.
It's not affecting you
at all.
Oh,
it is a very beautiful way of deleting things from your piled up pen drive. Just vent it out.
Wow.
Just delete that, and then you will have new ideas.
Absolutely.
What to fill in there? वो gap है ना?
Yeah. क्योंकि computer जब full हो जाता है तो तुम्हें eventually clean up करना ही पड़ता है.
Yes. Similar way with cupped hands. Just talk it out there. Everything that you want to. इसने मुझे ये बोला, ये हुआ, my boss this, that, everything. My children, they're not listening. My teenagers, this, cup. And go up, wash your hands and
तो
come
जितनी भी गंदी गालियाँ देनी है उसमें दो और छोड़ दो.